So we'll start with Kim from Sky Sports News.
Yeah, afternoon. After a difficult start to the season, do you feel like that international break came at quite a good time for you? And what's the mood been like over the last week?
We will see on Monday at Nottingham if it was the right moment. Like always, we try to do the best out of it. So with several players playing for their national teams, some players working individually, especially in the first week. And today was the first training all together. And I'd say it's positive that we play on Monday. So we have 3 days preparing for the Nottingham game. And the evidence is on Monday.
And sitting 18th in this table, but some positive signs, particularly in that second half against Liverpool. It's been a tough period for you, but do you feel like you are going in the right direction with your team?
Regarding the results, not. We don't go into the right directions because we wanted and expected having more points. And the performances is always in many parts of a game, and it is said against Liverpool, against Man U, against Everton, against Leicester. In many parts of the game, we are competitive, but at the end, we lose or we have a draw. So it's some percentages we are missing, and this is what we are talking about. And it's not. If it would always be the same, it would be, let's say, easy to change it. But it's sometimes we lose the focus, like at Everton after 2-second phases after set plays. Then sometimes we miss the clear chances we have to get a better result, and that's it's just not so everything isn't so settled at the moment, and this is what we are working on.
Do you feel like you've been a little bit unlucky this season then? Because as you mentioned, against Manchester United and Liverpool, had more than enough chances to get certainly more points than you did out of those games.
We always focus on what we can influence, and so we can't influence luck or not. So we can force the situation. We can create more situations to score more goals. We can create more chances. We can defend better, that the opposite team doesn't get so many chances or clear situations to score. So this is what we can do on the pitch. This is what we can train, but we can't train luck or unluck.
And I know Adam Wharton withdrew from the England setup as an injury precaution. How's he getting on? Will he be ready for Monday?
Yes, he's ready, but it's always the same. We have to manage him, and with another specialist, and it's always an up and down. But he trained quite well this week, so he's available and in shape. He's okay.
And it's a tough game against a very physical Forest side. What do you expect from them, and how are you preparing for that game?
Yes, they had quite a good start. So yes, we know at home they didn't win at the moment, but they scored many goals from set plays. They are very compact. They don't concede many goals. And I watched the last, I think, 10 minutes at Chelsea live, and it was an up and down. So even they had the red card, they could score it then, and they could concede a goal. So it's a very physical team, a lot of pace, especially from the wing, with Elanga, with Hudson-Odoi, with their fullbacks, Moreno, Olaina. Very physical in the middle, so they kept the whole squad together. They got new experienced signings like Milinkovic in defense. Sels did an excellent job all over the season. So yes, it will be like every Premier League game will be challenging. And we prepare as well, and we don't look back. Yes, we analyzed, we try to improve day by day, game to game, but the mindset will never change. So we go there on Monday to get the win, and we don't say, okay, we always hear it. You didn't win, I don't know, for 7 games now in the Premier League, and this and that. And when I arrived here, I was always told, the team conceded the most goal in the last 15 minutes. And then I said, okay, we don't talk about it. We focus how we can improve it. And this is what we're doing now. And we go to Nottingham and play for 3 points there.
Hi, Oliver. Good to see you. I know we mentioned Adam Wharton just there. Can I just check on any other team news, injury-wise?
Yeah, so no new injuries. That's a positive thing. All came back from the national teams in good shape. But also no injured players coming back, so we have the same squad. Looks like the Czech Doucouré will train with us after the Nottingham game, so at least parts of the training sessions, and so he's maybe the guy who is closest for return.
When Crystal Palace went on that run last season, winning 6 out of 7 Premier League games at the time, you were very quick not to get too carried away, almost to play things down a little bit. I guess at this point in this season now, is that very much the same for you and the team now, not to get too carried away, not to be too up and not to be too down when things are a little bit tricky?
Oh yes, we all try not to get influenced by the results, but it's not so easy, especially also the players. But and I say it again, I think we were closer to a point against Liverpool in the home game than we were in the away game. But the result was a 1-0 win at Anfield and a 1-0 loss at home. But when we look at the chances they had at home and we had, and then if we compare it, so I think we were closer this time. But we were not, so we didn't get a point. We didn't get a win, and then it's not complaining and mourning about it. It's just stay very objective, don't judge it too emotional. So analyzing what are we doing well, what are we doing not so well, and in parts of the game we are too passive. And first time we struggled a little bit against a very good Liverpool side, and but also we can see that we're always able to create chances. So this should give us confidence. But again, it's of course it makes something if you win 6 out of 7 or if you don't win 7. So because everybody is a human, everybody is thinking about. All our players are very, very self-critical and thinking, why did I miss this chance? Why couldn't I defend this goal? So they take a lot of pressure on their shoulders. But at the end, it's the best thing is in these situations, when you always look at the team, because we can solve this just as a team. Not one single player can solve it for us. So we need everyone, and this is the message.
And off the back of that, does this feel like almost a bit of a fresh start off the back of an international break? A lot of your players that went away had really positive breaks as well. If I look at the likes of particularly Dean Henderson, Marc Guehi playing 90 minutes in an England win. Is there that sense of optimism, sun shining as we look outside now as well? Is that how it feels?
Yes, I said it for us. It was after the last international break, it felt like a restart with late signings, first time training together, but we didn't get the results we expected and we wanted, and so it's not now. It's to be consistent in what we want. It's not, and sometimes if you don't get the results, you ask about everything, and now it is okay. Keep what is really good working and progress where we are not good enough. And this is how we work, really very very analytic, and also always try to keep the mood high. And especially then it helps when we arrive in the morning and it's foggy, and when we go on the pitch it's sunny. This helps all of us, and this is what it needs to get the turnaround there, and not blame each other. So that's okay, stick together, let's work hard, let's improve, and then we will get the results.
Is that the same on a personal level as well? I guess it would be quite easy to overanalyze at times, but is it for you a case of taking a step back and almost treating yourself like you would treat your players as well?
Yes, we also but this is I tried to switch off with the weekend off, but as I said, we're all human, and I was in Austria. I visited my family, but sometimes they said you are not really here. So this is the fate of a football manager, that your thoughts, especially in these moments, are always about your team, what you can influence. But this is the same. Sometimes it's good to make a step back and not to overanalyze, as you said, and also in the training, because this is always the question I ask myself, is how much input, and then especially but it's not overthinking, because if you always have to think on the pitch, it makes you slow in decision making, and to take good decisions is also, especially creative players, they need freedom, they need to feel well on the pitch, they need to feel well in their environment, and this is what we also by analyzing everything is to create this or keep this environment of feeling well, of feeling protected, and feeling that everybody can be himself and that everybody can make a mistake. It's not be scared that you make a mistake, because there will be mistakes, because it's football. Every player will make a mistake, but don't lose the confidence. So this is the challenge we all have. But the week really gives me confidence again.
And just following on from what you were saying about Nottingham Forest, and I know that you won't want to give too much away tactically, but they're a team that don't tend to enjoy a lot of possession. I think only Everton have less possession than them on average so far this season. So, with that in mind, obviously you're playing away from home. How do you approach that one?
I think it's the way the manager likes to play us, and he was very successful with the Wolves and with a similar way of playing. He has the player's profile for transition. So I mentioned a lot of pace, and with Wood, a typical number 9, very physical, very very intense, and so maybe. But I think every game sometimes. We don't want to have so much possession, but like against Leicester, I think with 67%, or against West Ham, we had more than 60% of possession. So it's the game tells you sometimes how it goes, and we will see. But overall, we want to score goals and want to avoid them so that we win, of course.
Oliver, hello. Guardiola said before the international break that he just loves an international break just because it clears his mind and he just can reset. And it just sounded about just visiting your family in Austria. Do you think you've got the answers to Palace's problems in the 9 days you've had off?
We always we think we have the answers, and this is what we are doing in training. So, but it's not just what we have to do on the pitch. So I think it would be too easy, and it's I don't know, 75 minutes training or 85 minutes training. So it's just the smallest part, and the easiest part in football is the work on the pitch. But is what do the players need, and do they need support? Do they need a kick in the ass? What it is, and maybe it's different. Yeah, with some different situations, players played a lot of minutes. Maybe they are not pleased with their performances. Maybe when you need to hug them. And the same with the internationals. So with many players, I was just in contact by WhatsApp, messaging them, and so this is for me is the much more important how we cope with each other. Yeah, that's in this situation the most important thing.
Can I just ask you about Adam Wharton? I know you just said he's been to see another specialist. Just in terms of, how long is his injury problem going to go on for? And do you sense that you might have to play with essentially an injured Adam Wharton for the whole of the season, because he was so good last year? So is there any point in the season you're going to get him back fully 100%, or could this go on for months, weeks, the end of the season?
Yeah, so we don't know at the moment, so it doesn't look like that it will go. It will disappear, and we are looking for the right moment for the right break. So I looked at the schedule. I don't find a break. So I was used to have a break in about Christmas, but this is the busiest time here. So we will see as long as he can deal with his problems, and then with the pain especially. It's a problem of pain or not pain. We try to keep it like it is, and when it gets worse, maybe he has to get a longer break and get a set.
If you could just on that give him a break, how long do you think he would need to be fully 100% fit? Does he need? It could be.
No, it's I don't want to talk in detail, but it's not giving him 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. It's taking a surgery or not. That's the question we have to answer.
And just in terms of the team going forward, I just wondered, is it going to take a while for the team? I know he's been gone a while now, but is it the team just going to click and come together now Elise is gone and they're almost learning to play together again now? He's such a big part of your team.
Adam.
Sorry, Elisa, when you lost him in the summer, and now the team's almost got to rebuild and evolve again.
That's football. So I don't know. I don't remember. I think in my more than 10 years as a manager, I never had the same squad in the next season. So you always have to replace players due to sold them. You cut new players due to injuries. This is just natural of football. And as I was asked this question last season, how long it will take, and I always said I don't know. And it's the same at the moment. But I can promise that every single player is working really hard. Everyone in the staff is working really hard to get into a better shape and to be more consistent and to get the results. This is what I can promise. But I don't know. Of course, we will give everything we have against Nottingham to get this win. But this doesn't mean if we have to win that we can then sit back and enjoying the London sun, because then, I don't know, 6 days later Tottenham comes here, and then we go to Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup, and then we play the Wolves away. So it's always be competitive, always be on 100%. And this is the challenge we are facing. This is the challenge every club is facing. And we do our best to improve step by step, game by game, and get the results we want.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.